Eddie, we get the fight that everybody's always fantasised about. We never thought it was going to happen. How difficult was it to put together?
I never thought it would happen. Years and years people talked about it. You're talking about a welterweight and a middleweight, a guy who's boxed at super middleweight before. I just thought no, but as Conor's got bigger, stronger, better, it was just a conversation in the office, and he said to me, "I'll fight him any day of the week," and I just looked at Tony Sims and went, "Should we do it?" Yeah. And it was like it was too big, it was too iconic to turn down, and the aim is to win a welterweight world title, but this is it. We're here, biggest fight in British boxing, and it was too big to say no.
Well, this is it, isn't it? Like, Conor was there knocking on the door for a world welterweight title. Chris doing the same in the middleweight division. He's been looking good under the watchful eye of Roy Jones Jr. And we never felt we was going to get this fight. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, it's come along. And yeah, it's
I just
incredible
feel
news
that,
for the fight
when you
fans.
look about it from a legacy, a business point of view, we're sitting there talking about Conor Benn fighting Keith Thurman, or if he wants to go for a world title, he's got to fight Virgil Ortiz, Jaron Ennis. In my opinion, they're better than Chris Eubank.
Yeah.
Forget the weight.
Yeah.
They're tougher fights, and it's for a quarter of the money, right? And I look at it and I go, the disadvantage in this fight is the weight. Also a disadvantage for Junior to come down to 157, but on an even playing field, I believe Conor's better. So can he make it count with the weight difference? That's the challenge in this fight. But I'll tell you something now. I mean, listen, I grew up, I was 11 years old for the first fight. In our house, that was the greatest night our family's ever had, the business has ever had, when Eubank beat Ben in Birmingham. The rematch, I was there, I was 14. It's a foggy night, you were probably there as well, at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
18 million watched it on ITV.
Yeah.
And this is the biggest fight. I think by the time this comes around, it's probably the biggest fight I've ever been involved with.
And how weird is this, that your old man was looking after Chris Eubank Snr?
Yeah.
Now
I've switched camps.
And Ben was in.
But Spenny, I went down to Brighton with my dad, and Chris Eubank Snr took me up to his room. He opened his cupboards. He had about 50 leather jackets, all with the tag still on. And he went, "Choose one." And I went around, I saw a little Versace tag. I thought, I'll have that. It was terrible. I looked like Biggles. I had fluffy feet. I used to wear it to school every day. I was like 14, 15, right? And then a few weeks later, I was in the Matchroom gym, and someone from Nigel Benn's camp gave me his jacket, which was a lot less expensive. It was nylon. Do you remember Pro Glen, the brand?
Yeah,
remember the jackets? They were white, shiny white with black and yellow. Destroyer on the back. And I was like, I used to rock around in those as well. These two, they're British boxing legends. Yeah. And to see their sons go at it, it's amazing. And Eubank genuinely believes he's going to walk straight through him.
Yeah. And Conor also genuinely believes he's going to walk through him. He's going to be like a wrecking ball. This is a fight that we know they're both going to leave it all in the ring because of their fathers and the legacy of the family feud, etc., etc. We're guaranteed a great fight here.
Fireworks. Every time Conor Benn fights, you know what you get. Chris Eubank Jr. always in. Chris Eubank Jr. great chin. There's so many similarities between the dads. I don't think technically Junior's that good, and nor was his dad, if truth be told. But he was tough as old boots. He had a granite chin. And Nigel Benn, for his technical flaws, was ferocious. This has so many similarities in terms of the challenge to the McClellan fight.
Yeah.
People wrote Nigel Benn off. They said he had no chance. He had to bite down on the gum shield in that fight and produce a performance from within. Conor will have to do the same in this fight. It's going to be very tough.
Eddie, you promoted a lot of fights, in your time as a boxing promoter. How highly would you rate this one? How big is this one to all the others you've done?
Probably the biggest because it goes across so many generations. The 40 pluses, right?
Yeah.
The 60 pluses, the 80 pluses, and then the younger generation who are now fans of these two. I think the biggest fight we've ever done.